Lund is part of the large EU project Cultural and Creative Spaces and Cities, which started in 2018 and ended the conference in early 2021. Around Europe, project participants have identified successful ways to collaborate on common issues in the field of culture, and these working methods are highlighted to create benefit both in other places in other areas. Lund has participated through an urban lab where Stenkrossen, Mejeriet, Future by Lund and Science Village have been partners. Within the project, Future by Lund's process to create networks in a relatively short time and without using excessive resources were tested.
Hello everybody, I'm Peter Kish. I'm a product manager of innovation platform Future by Lund in the city of Lund. In Future by Lund we co-create solutions together with different partners. We put serious questions to serious challenges and we try to solve them together. It's not only a discussion forum, it's also a network or a platform for solving issues. So all the way from thoughts, ideas of co-creation all the way to actually making them happen. In Future by Lund we work with the network or the innovation ecosystem in a way to facilitate changes that each individual partner can't make happen by themselves. And we usually rephrase it or focus it on the issue called in-between spaces. That's where we think that the next generation of innovation solutions lies, making different partners solve issues in areas that are in between different organizations. So that's where we've put our focus. You can think of ecosystems as systems, but we think about it as individuals. And if you think about individuals, because individuals make it happen, then relations become extremely important. So without relations, we can't make things happen.
In the work being carried out in Lund, the participants have looked at how to work with different areas of interest around the commons and to identify what role the participants should have in the space where no one decides. The model is a variant of multi-stakeholder governance. Mikael Askander at the Department of Cultural Science talks about how the students in the university program Digital Cultures were given the task of finding ways to get physical meeting places to collaborate with new digital production, consumption and experience patterns.
My name is Mikael Askander and I work here at Lund University in the Department of Arts and Cultural Sciences. And at the moment I am the program coordinator for our bachelor program Digital Cultures. The students in the program, they took a course on the first semester and that was a project course. They have a few of those in the whole of the program. And they are to meet someone who gives them a challenge, and this was Future by Lund this time. Concretely it was about Mejeriet and Stenkrossen, most of the projects. In that project course the students were divided into groups and then they started working in project groups, trying to find different solutions, and each and every group they did come up with different solutions and ideas for how to face the challenge they were given. The students, they came up finally with both different and quite advanced ideas on how to face the challenge about finding better arenas both in digital as well as in real life for different institutions in the region. To come into a better way of collaborating and so on. And my students in all the 5 or 6 groups, they came up with the idea of an application for mobile phones, which should work like sort of a map for all the cultural institutions in Lund to begin with. Another group, they had the idea of creating a cafe in connection to mejeriet, with different specialities involved in that, which also included digital solutions as well. The importance of partnerships like this for the students, especially since they are pretty young and they are on to their first semester out of 6, I think the most important thing is the experience they are gathering by working with quite problematic things, how to solve this challenge, and that is tremendously important, I think, for their works in the future, their professional situations. They also gather contacts and they start to create their own broader networks of contacts and so on.
Mejeriet began to be used in 1987 and is a culture house with, among other things, a cinema, a music section, a stand-up event area and rehearsal rooms.
My name is Marcus Lampe and I'm a producer here at Mejeriet in Lund. We are mainly a concert venue, that's what we are known for, but we're also a cultural center in a larger sense that we also run a cinema, stand-up nights. We have a music school. We engage a lot of young people in Lund as volunteers during our events, etc. Mejeriet being a center point in the ecosystem of culture here in Lund, we are depending on having good connections and good relationships with other organizations and producers of culture or businesses, or depending on, at large, we need to have good relationships with other actors in the city. I think, however, through this project we have found sort of a better structure and a better sense of how to go about it and how to sort of frame these relationships and collaborations. It can tend to be quite formal at times, and I think this, like working in this project, has helped us to look beyond the formalities and look a little bit deeper in what we can do together. When we started this project, I was quite new here in Lund. I was quite new at this job, and I didn't really know that much about the other actors that are here in the city. So especially like these other handshake partners in the project are now very good friends of ours, and we are currently talking about collaborations, and some of them are already underway. Throughout this project, it has personally given me a much better understanding of the ecosystem here in Lund, of the other organizations and what their missions and what their needs are. And some of these organizations we have gotten much closer to. For example, Stenkrossen is a makerspace here in Lund. We are now in continuous contact with them, and it feels very organic and human in a way. And also through some practical tests that we did in this time, we are also connected to, for example, the students here in Lund a lot more, the university, the Museum of Sketches, for example, Skissernas Museum. And together with them we are now running a new project that is called the Mejeriet Creator Lab, that serves the purpose of educating the next generation of event creators and cultural media creators.
Stenkrossen is run by Lund municipality and is a workspace for projects and activities in art, culture and innovation.
I'm Rosa Rydahl, in charge of Stenkrossen in Lund, which is a part of the city of Lund. We're a process house for developing ideas and processes and projects within the arts, culture and innovation. From the Urban Lab Lund, I bring with me new cooperation partners, for example Mejeriet and Marcus especially. Also we've started new relations with Lund University, which is a very important part of the ecosystem in Lund. Being part of an ecosystem means for me and for Stenkrossen that you're not alone. You can always reach out to cooperate with someone or to pass on your ideas or your projects, or you can you're in a relationship, you're not as an isolated part in vacuum. What is happening on a continuous basis now after the Urban Lab project is that me and Marcus, we have meetings, we have a professional relationship, and we will also start to work with the Skissernas Museum. That's the museum of the sketches of public art, which is a part of the Lund University as well. So there's a constant cooperation between Stenkrossen and Mejeriet, I would say, after this project, and also the university.
Xplot is an accelerator platform for ideas in the culture and creative sector.
My name is Lars Mattiasson, and I'm a project leader at Future by Lund. And you know, that's an innovation platform for smart and sustainable city development. But I'm also in charge of Xplot. So what is Xplot then? Xplot is an accelerator platform for businesses and ideas within the culture and creative industry. So we talk on a daily basis with entrepreneurs, startups and scale-ups from the creative industry. As a part of the Lund ecosystem, we're also collaborating with other incubators, accelerators and organizations within the culture and creative industry. And that brings me directly to the core of the Creative Spaces and Cities project, the importance of a strong dynamic network. A network that makes it possible to exchange ideas and experience and makes it natural and easy to collaborate across the borders. So in the project, we've been working together with people from the municipality, from the university, and incubators like Idea on Innovation and Venture Lab. And during the project, we've learned a lot, but the most important lesson is that by working more close together, we build the most important thing of all. We build trust. So based on the learnings from the project, we're now launching a collaborative platform for acceleration of business ideas from the culture and creative industries, the Xplot Accelerator 2021. Today, our world is super connected, but we feel isolated anyway. So now more than ever, I feel that by working close together in the culture and creative sector, we have the power to change this. One of the lessons learned from the project, by working with a pragmatic approach and more people-centered, we will attract and engage people to innovate and share knowledge more than before, and to be resilient rather than fall apart in the face of future crises. So culture is a strong force, and let's use it together.
In Lund, this project has led to increased collaboration both in the field of culture and in the field of entrepreneurship and innovation. Lund has also looked into how the city's role could be in creating opportunities for ecosystem thinking. The process that created the collaboration will be part of the EU project's results.